Hello friends, in this video I am going to explain Soul Land episode number 3 and 4 for you all. So if you haven't watched the previous 3 episodes yet, I would have given their link in the description below, go and check it out. So as we saw in the previous episode, Tangya gives Hu Yu Hao a storage belt and she also got Hu Yu Hao's admission done in Shrek Academy. But while walking on the way, Mr. Bai Bai tells Hu Yu Hao that this is the outer Shrek Academy. You'll have to work very hard to reach the inner Shrek Academy, where even Mr. Bai Bai and Tangya haven't reached yet. After this we saw that Hu Yu Hao comes to his hostel room, where his roommate hadn't arrived yet. Now moving forward, the next episode starts exactly from the same scene where we see that Hu Yu Hao was returning after eating food, and as he tries to open his room door, his roommate comes out. He was very beautiful and handsome to look at. It seemed like he wasn't a boy, but a girl. And whoever understood what I am saying, don't tell anyone about this ahead. We see that Hu Yu Hao was also a bit shocked seeing his roommate's beauty, but at the same time, Hu Yu Hao notices that his roommate is quite rude. Because Hu Yu Hao had said to him, "Hi, I am your roommate," and in response, that roommate, without giving any reply, says that I have 5 rules. If you want to live with me in this room, then you'll have to follow these rules. First, you won't bring people to the room without reason. Second, you won't roam in the room without clothes. Third, you won't disturb me. Fourth, you won't snore while sleeping. Fifth and last, you'll do the room cleaning, but you can't touch my bed. Did you understand my words properly? To which Hu Yu Hao says, "Why should I follow your words?" To which his roommate says that if you don't follow my words, I'll beat you up and kick you out of here. Hu Yu Hao also got angry hearing this, so he says, "If you really want to try, then come down, let's see in the ground." That roommate also accepts this challenge, but before going down he says to Hu Yu Hao that before I beat you up, can I know what your name is? To which Hu Yu Hao says with attitude, "But first you'll have to tell your name." To which that roommate tells that my name is Wang Dong. Hearing Wang Dong's name, Hu Yu Hao tells that my name is Hu Yu Hao. Hearing this, Wang Dong says it was nice to hear, because soon this name is going to disappear from Shrek Academy. After this, in the next scene, we see that both of them come down to the ground to fight, where Bat Old Man was also sitting. In the ground, both of them get ready to fight each other, where Wang Dong moves forward and starts attacking Hu Yu Hao. Wang Dong's speed was quite fast here, which was making it difficult for Hu Yu Hao to see with normal eyes. So we see that Hu Yu Hao had activated his soul detection technique. That old man, while observing both their fight, also says that Hu Yu Hao's body is quite weak. But despite this boy's skills are amazing. On the other hand, due to soul detection, we see that Hu Yu Hao was now able to dodge Wang Dong's attacks. But Wang Dong doesn't accept defeat so easily. He attacks very fast and says to Hu Yu Hao, "Is this all you can do?" Saying this, Wang Dong had increased his speed even more. Now to escape from Wang Dong's attacks, we see that Hu Yu Hao had activated his Tang Sak shadow dancing technique, due to which Hu Yu Hao's speed had also become fast. At the same time, Hu Yu Hao moves fast and attacks Wang Dong with a powerful kick. But Wang Dong had blocked that kick. At the same time, Wang Dong very cleverly combos Hu Yu Hao and throws him to the ground, where we see that Hu Yu Hao's body had started aching. Hu Yu Hao understood that if everything continues like this, I will lose. After throwing him, he reached the edge, where due to Hu Yu Hao's balance getting disturbed, he fell down. Seeing this, Wang Dong also runs fast to see him and comes there. But this was all Hu Yu Hao's plan, because as Wang Dong comes close to Hu Yu Hao to see, Hu Yu Hao grabs him and both fall down together. Wang Dong, seeing Hu Yu Hao so close to him, says angrily, "How dare you? How did you touch me?" But on the other hand, poor Hu Yu Hao, what could he understand? He says to Wang Dong that, "Accept defeat, then I'll move away." To which Wang Dong says, "Okay, I lost." Here Hu Yu Hao says, "Thank goodness, I didn't use my dagger, otherwise you wouldn't have survived." At the same time, Hu Yu Hao extends his hand towards Wang Dong and says, "And as you told about your 5 conditions, I am ready to accept them. But not because I am afraid of you, this is only because you are my roommate and I respect you." Saying this, he had made Wang Dong stand on his feet. While at the same time, Hu Yu Hao says, "Never insult me again." After saying this, he headed towards his room, while on the other hand, Wang Dong kept looking at him continuously. He couldn't understand how he lost so easily. After this, we see the next day's scene where in the early morning, Hu Yu Hao was sitting on his bed doing cultivation practice, while Wang Dong, getting ready for class, says to Hu Yu Hao, "Don't you have to go to class?" To which Hu Yu Hao says, "I'll go later." After this, Wang Dong activates a circle and heads towards class, where on the way girls seeing Wang Dong say, "Wow, this boy is so handsome." But Wang Dong, not paying attention to those girls, reaches his class where it's announced that only 5 minutes are left and whichever student is late won't be allowed to enter the class. At the same time, in the next scene, we see Hu Yu Hao, who was running fast towards his class. Only 5 seconds were left for the class to close, but Hu Yu Hao reached the class just in time, while Wang Dong was already in the class. The girls present there were also calling Wang Dong handsome and beautiful. After a while, their professor also came to the class, who upon arriving says that, "My name is Joey. I am your head teacher and I want to tell you all first that I don't train foolish people. I only train monsters. So the useless people present in this class won't be able to pass my exam at all. At the same time, she asks here who fought on registration day yesterday. Hearing this, Hu Yuhao and Wang Dong got scared and reluctantly stood up at their places. They understood that now we'll be given punishment. But Miss Zhou Yi, seeing those two people standing up, says, only two? Wow, what useless people I got this time. At the same time, she says loudly that only those disciples will be able to become strong here who will make themselves strong by challenging others. The rest of you all have disappointed me. So you all stand up and run 100 rounds of the ground. Hearing this, a smile had come to Wang Dong's face. He had become happy as if he had hit a big target. But the rest of the disciples, being confused, say, what kind of joke is this? We didn't even do anything. Then Miss Zhou Yi says, whoever doesn't complete 100 rounds on time, I'll expel them from the academy. Hearing this, one disciple stands up and says, I don't agree with this. How can you do this? We didn't fight, so we are getting punishment. What kind of law is this? To which that teacher says, this is my law, and if you don't want to follow it, then come and fight with me. And saying this, she had activated her soul ring, where we can see that she also has a 1,000-year-old soul ring. All the disciples, seeing them, ran away from there in fear to run rounds, where after this Miss Zhou Yi calls both of them to her as well, where she says to these people that so you both fought with each other, but can I know why you both fought? On which Hu Yuhao says that we both are roommates and we both had a little argument between us, due to which we people fought. Miss Zhou Yi, hearing this, says that you people can only progress by challenging each other. This is quite a good thing, but friends should not fight among themselves. Come on, you people also go to the field and run 100 rounds. On which we see that Wang Dong, getting confused, says that after all we people fought, then why should we run rounds? On which Miss Zhou Yi says that when did I say that you people won't run rounds? I had said that you people are special from others, so you people will get less time than others to complete your 100 rounds here. Wang Dong got angry hearing this. He was still going to argue, but Hu Yuhao catches him by the hand and starts pulling him outside with him. Upon which Wang Dong says to him that why did you pull me and bring me outside? On which Hu Yuhao says that first of all you cannot defeat them in argument, and second you cannot win a fight against them. So what is the point of talking without reason? Your time would have just been wasted. If you want to stay in Shrek Academy, then instead of wasting our time without reason, we have to focus on completing our 100 rounds. Because I'd heard from my senior that Miss Zhou Yi is very strict. They gave us this assignment. If we don't complete it, they'll really expel us from Shrek Academy. Wang Dong had understood that whatever Huo Yuhao was saying was alright. So to befriend Huo Yuhao, he talks to him and says that, by the way, tell me what was that soul technique you used last time? At the same time, Wang Dong had asked many questions here about Huo Yuhao's martial soul, on which Huo Yuhao doesn't give any answer and says that you didn't use any of your soul techniques. Why is that? On which Wang Dong says that, among the new freshmen, there is no one who can match my strength. And anyway, you only have a 10-year-old soul ring. So how could I use my soul technique on you? On which Huo Yuhao says to him that yes, and don't forget that you lost to that 10-year-old soul ring. Wang Dong, hearing this, makes a face and says that, yes, I had forgotten that. After this, to change the topic, he comes near Huo Yuhao and says that, since you saved me from that witch, so if in future you ever need me, I will always protect you. On which Huo Yuhao says that I don't need your protection. Huo Yuhao replying says that, I would never say such things if you considered me equal. On which Wang Dong says that, forgive me for that, because from childhood till today, no one of my age has been able to match me. Huo Yuhao, hearing his words, doesn't give any reply and just heads forward. Seeing which Wang Dong also gets angry and increases his speed and overtakes all these people. While we also see here among these running disciples, a girl in green clothes, Jiao Jiao, about whom I want to tell you people that Queen Medusa and Jia Jian will have a daughter whose name is also Jiao Jiao. It's possible that this is the same girl, but we'll get to know the details later. After this, we see that Miss Zhou Yi was keeping an eye on all these people and all these disciples were completing their rounds like this. Quite some time passes where we see that Huo Yuhao was badly tired, but on the other hand, Wang Dong didn't give up. He kept running with speed and cleared the rounds first, where he had secured his first position. And many other disciples had completed their rounds. They all were very tired. Huo Yuhao was also on his last round. His courage was almost broken, but despite not giving up, he kept moving forward. Wang Dong sees him and says, what is this boy doing? If he continues like this, he'll die soon. While on the other hand, we see that Huo Yuhao's body was really very badly tired. Huo Yuhao was about to lose consciousness and fall at his place, but Wang Dong comes behind him and catches him right there. At the same time, he says to Huo Yuhao that come on, use your soul technique to lighten your body. As soon as he said this, Wang Dong had brought out his butterfly wings here. Seeing Wang Dong's beautiful wings, all the students were quite shocked. Miss Zhou Yi also sees those butterfly wings and says that I've never seen such a martial soul with anyone. This is quite unique. At the same time, we see that Wang Dong had also helped Huo Yuhao complete his last round, after which both of them were very badly exhausted.
Zhou Yuhao felt very good seeing Wang Dong's form, so he was thanking him. After this, we see that Miss Zoe takes the names of some disciples and says, "Come on, pack your belongings. You people are being expelled from the academy." Hearing this, one of those disciples steps forward and says, "Why me? I completed 100 out of 100 rounds as you had said." On which Miss Zoe says that, "What did you think that I wasn't keeping an eye on you? I had seen that you had completed your 2 rounds using the Soul Guide cycle, meaning you completed 98 rounds, not 100. That student, despite hearing this, says that yes, even if I did, you still can't expel me from the academy for this small matter. On which Miss Zoe says that a warrior should have both honesty and strength. He cannot win with just strength. If we let you cultivate here, then you will only bring disasters for this country. You people don't deserve to study in Shrek Academy because you people cheated. So whosoever's name I have taken should immediately pack their belongings and leave from here. And the rest of the disciples should immediately reach their class." Hearing this, Wang Dong and Hu Yuhao also headed toward their class. While running on the way, Hu Yuhao says, "This teacher is really very cruel." At the same time, Hu Yuhao was thanking Wang Dong because if Wang Dong hadn't helped him today, maybe Hu Yuhao would also have been thrown out of Shrek Academy. Hearing Hu Yuhao's words, Wang Dong says that no, there is no need to thank me because you also helped me. If you hadn't helped me, then maybe I also couldn't have completed my rounds. We both helped each other. After this, in the next scene, we see where all the disciples had reached the class, and Miss Zoe, after coming back, says, "Hu Yuhao, stand up and tell me what your soul power is." To this, Hu Yuhao stands up and says, "My soul level is 11. Hearing this, all the students present there were shocked. Wang Dong, putting his hand on his head, says, "This is very embarrassing. I lost to a disciple whose soul power level is just 11. At the same time, he says to himself, "Then how did he get admission here?" Because to get admission in Shrek Academy, level 15 is necessary. Miss Zoe explains here that yes, you all heard correctly, his level is 11. He got special admission through the talent set method. He is very brave that he managed to reach here. At the same time, she says that as long as you people keep completing my tasks, only then you people will stay in Shrek Academy. As soon as you people fail, you will be thrown out of Shrek Academy." After saying this, she asks Hu Yu how to sit in his seat. After which we see that their first class had started here, where Miss Zoe starts teaching these people. And all the other disciples were also studying attentively in their first class. After hours of continuous class, finally the class time ends. After which we see that all the disciples were leaving the class. Then suddenly Miss Zoe stops Hu Yu here and says, "Hu Yu, come to my office quickly." Hearing this, Hu Yu was definitely a bit surprised, wondering what work Miss Zoe has with him. Why is she calling him to her office? With this very anxiety, our episode ends here.